I didn't know how long we were going to be stuck out there. I didn't know what kind of wildlife was out there. And we miraculously were rescued by these two night climbers with lights on their heads who knew the mountains.
Wow. Then had they gone looking for you?
No, they were just hiking, illegally, because there's a fine if you're hiking when the sun is down.
I didn't know that, for safety reasons.
Right, yeah, I mean, you have to be an idiot.
So in a sense, you and your party were saved by outlaws.
Saved by these two idiots.
Yeah, that's right.
That were angels.
So what happened at that moment when you realized, oh my God, we're all right?
Huge relief. And they guided us to our car, which was an insanely complicated route that we never would have found. We were already doubting ourselves and turning on each other, and we never would have found it.
Turning on each other?
Oh yeah, I was kind of, I mean, I'll admit I was panicked. Mm-hmm. And I think, the most panicked. And I started to panic about how calm my two friends were.
Right.
I was like, why aren't they realizing the weight of this situation? I mean, we were hopelessly lost.
Is that like one of those Donner Party kind of things? Now I've known with my limited wilderness experience, were you on a trail?
We were on a trail for a second, mm-hmm. and there were trails everywhere. We walked for a few minutes down a path, and I said, this isn't the right way. Why don't we turn around and go back to where we just were? And turned around, and there were like 3 paths mm-hmm. going in different directions, and I didn't even know which one we had just come from. Right. So there was just no chance of even going back to where we were and starting again. We just couldn't figure out our...
I think under the circumstances, anything that's going down would be a...
That's right.
So you got back to your car safely.
We finally got back to the car.
Right.
Somehow, and there was a guy sitting in his car in the parking lot, and we didn't see his face, we just saw the light of his cigarette. It was very cinematic. It was dark, and late at night. I don't know what he was doing up there, just parked.
Yeah. Take a guess.
Yeah. Being weird, Being weird. This guy...
How you boys doing?
Yeah, we walked right into it.
What did he say to you, the guy?
He was quiet and listening to us talk about... we were starting to really be honest about how hopeless our situation was. And he listened for about 15 minutes. He went, hey, I'll tell you something. I've lived here my whole life, and I've seen hundreds of people get torn apart by mountain lions and bears the size of your car. They'll rip you off like a rag doll, man. They'll drag you off into the woods.
Yeah.
And he just kept talking, and he knew what he was doing to us. Our jaws were dropping, and he just kept upping the ante with everything he said. He was like, they'll get on you fast, man. They'll drag you off. It was just explosive relief. We were just hugging the car and just very, very happy to not die out there.
That's some story. Now here, let's... This is Binky, is that right?
That is Binky. That's my longer hair, and she wrapped me up in a garbage bag.
Right.
Impromptu haircut. And you can see I'm excited about what's happening.
Okay. What does Binky do? What's her deal?
Binky's a musician. Yeah. She's a really talented musician in a band. That's
boy. We're sending these photos to Amnesty International, by the way, because they don't look quite right to us, Michael. Ooh, buddy. Now this movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. What an exciting, evocative, provocative title. Tell us about the film.
The film is I play Scott Pilgrim, and I fall in love with a woman named Ramona Flowers, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's great in the movie, and I have to defeat her 7 evil exes if I am going to be with her. Mm-hmm. And so it's this just...
What is the source material for this film?
It's based on a graphic novel written by a guy named Brian Lee O'Malley. And the graphic novels are so funny, and the movie does an excellent job, I think, of capturing the tone.
Yeah. You don't, and you're very successful and very talented, but when I see you, I don't think, oh, here's a guy in films. I don't...
You need to...
I know, isn't this funny?
I don't get it either. I don't see me being a guy on a talk show.
Yeah, well, but...
This doesn't work. No, it's not working.
All right, let's take a look here at a clip, Michael. Do you know what we're going to look at?
This is me and Kieran Culkin, who plays my roommate, Wallace Wells, in the movie, and he's giving me a big encouragement.
Okay, let's take a look. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Why does everything have to be so complicated?
If you want something bad, you have to fight for it. Step up your game, Scott. Break out the L word.
Lesbians?
The other L word.
Lesbians?
Look, Scott, I wasn't trying to trick you. Hey, buddy, look. If she really is the girl of your dreams, then you have to let her know. You have to overcome any and all obstacles that lie in your path. You can do it. Be with her. It's your destiny. Plus, I need you to move out.
What?
Yeah, there you go. And then the fun begins.
Then the fun begins.
Opens August 13th, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Michael Cera, always a pleasure to have you with us, Michael. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck with your hair. We're right back with Rachel Maddow, everybody.
Find your treasure. Vancouver Flea Market. Weekends and most holidays. Doors open at 9 a.m.
For tonight's dinner, you are having spaghetti with meatballs.
Whoa, are you psychic?
Por favor, you make it every Wednesday. Try some more Del Paso. Look how much fun they're having making tacos. Oh, Del Paso, mucho fun tonight.
New Nature Valley sweet and salty dark chocolate with naturally scrumptious ingredients like crunchy almonds, whole grain oats, and roasted peanuts. It's Nature Valley's way to enjoy the rich taste of dark chocolate.
A new Coors Light two-stage cold certified can. See when your beer is cold and when it's Rocky Mountain cold. Oh, now that's cold. Coors Light. Who wants a cold one?
An important free offer for men with balding or thinning hair.
My hair looks better than what it did when I was a teenager.
I really think he looks amazing. I mean, just look at him.
Men, no diet, no exercise program, no new set of clothes can ever improve your confidence, your good looks, and the way women look at you, the way a thick, full head of your own real hair will. And now, you can have it in just 4 weeks when you call Hair Club right now. With over 500,000 success stories, Hair Club really will give you back your own head of real hair in just 4 weeks, easily, painlessly, and affordably.
I just can't believe how much better he looks. He looks so handsome now.
Well, it's about having fun. It's about looking good. I mean, 80% of feeling good is looking good.
Call Hair Club now and get your own head of full, thick hair in just 4 weeks. Look younger, feel more confident, put that old swagger back in your step, and put some zip back in your love life. Call Hair Club now.
I wish I'd done it years ago. I wish I had known this was an option.
The reason the majority of men go bald is because of the sensitivity to the effects of dihydrotestosterone. It speeds up the life cycle of the hair follicles so that instead of hairs growing for 6 or 8 years, the follicles essentially get burned out.
Call now for your confidential appointment. We'll give you a free hair and scalp analysis. We'll explain what kind of hair loss you're experiencing and show you the tested and proven solutions we'll use. Remember, there are many different kinds of hair loss, and Hair Club is the only one who can offer you a customized solution based on your unique type of hair loss and expectations. Get the head of hair you wanted, women love in just 4 weeks. Change your life forever. Call Hair Club now.
I only wish I hadn't taken so long. That's what I'm trying to do it now.
Call now for our free DVD and brochure, shipped to you in a discreet plain envelope. Hair Club has the solution you want. Call now.
Call 1-800-621-0133. That's 1-800-621-0133.
Hey, damn it. Our next guest is a very talented broadcaster who hosts the popular Rachel Maddow show. Weeknights on MSNBC. Please welcome Rachel Maddow, ladies and gentlemen. I have so many things to ask you, to talk to you about. First of all, I watch your show, and then some nights you're not on the show. And what they have when you're not on the show is a guy who looks exactly like you on your show.
Yeah.
Now, who is that guy? Are they trying to fool people that it's you because he looks like you, he sounds like you?
It's a gender joke, because I sort of look like a guy, and so we got a guy who looks like me looking like a guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's very meta, it's very feminist studies, but no, his name is Chris Hayes, He does sort of look like me, but the thing that's secret about him is he looks very small on television, and in real life he's enormous.
He's an enormous guy. Yeah, but is he trying to look like you?
No.
Okay.
That's his own...
Because, yeah, you might want to talk to somebody at Human Resources. Now, here's the other thing. And I'm a dumb guy, and stuff comes to me slowly. But I know CNN is just about out of business. And we were talking about, why is CNN just about out of business? And it occurred to me, you have the people at Fox, who represent a kind of a screaming right-wing conservative viewpoint, and then you have MSNBC, which is a little more objective, a little more liberal, and but CNN is right down the middle. They don't have opinions at all. Is that why they're out of business?
I don't think they don't have opinions. I think they have opinions, but they think they are doing something qualitatively different than what Fox is doing and what we are doing. I don't think they are, and I think the fact that they judge it to be different is their excuse for not really trying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's,
right.
Listen, cable news is about analysis. We can all get the information from everywhere.
Right.
So when you turn on cable news, you're tuning into a specific person, usually whom the show is named after,
right.
Not just a newsreader.
That's right.
And you want to get their point of view.
I see.
If you then make your hosts afraid to give their point of view, you've removed the reason for people to turn on that station.
But is there something to the notion that the news readers and presenters should manifest some objectivity, or is that not a factor?
Well, I think you should be trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should be authoritative with your facts. I think you should be counted on, for example, to do corrections when you get stuff
right.
wrong, to present stuff in a way that is fair. But if you're going to analyze it in a way that gives away your point of view in the world, all you have to do is explain that.
Right.
People are smart enough to know that just because you believe a certain thing doesn't mean you can't be trusted.
So now we're looking at the op-ed section of a newspaper. Is that essentially what you're saying here?
Yeah, it's a mix of columns,
Mm-hmm.
and op-ed columns and news. I mean, we put a lot of strength, a lot of focus on making sure that you can take what we tell you in terms of facts to the bank.
Okay.
And that's for serious.
Now, is cable news, are they under different rules? For like broadcasting, it was always, it's the public trust. You have to protect the public trust of the airwaves. That's why freedom of speech and equal rights and on and on and on and on. Do those same rules apply, in essence, if not literally, to cable news?
Well, literally, they don't apply in the same way because broadcast airwaves are different than cable airwaves. It's the whole thing about paying for it. But the spirit of it, I think, applies. I think everybody on television has a responsibility to do something good with that time because it's an opportunity and you should make the most of it.
Okay, now this leads me to my question. I was watching the other night, and there's a guy who apparently takes interviews and press conferences and edits them and cobbles them together so they give the exact opposite impression of what was really being expressed. What's the guy's name?
Breitbart.
Right. Now, who does this guy work for?
I think he works for himself. He was sort of a spin-off from Matt Drudge from the Drudge Report.
Right. So he's got things. He can just make up any old thing he wants, and then somebody, I think in this case it was Fox, gets a hold of it and reports it as factual, as factual, as factual. And in this case, it was racism in the United States Department of Agriculture. Do I have that correct?
Yeah. So the woman who works for the USDA is telling a story to a black NAACP audience about the importance of doing your job in a colorblind way and about not being racist and all these things, and he runs it as a racist from the USDA. Yeah. It was kind of amazing.
Kind of amazing, and then it took several days to unravel, and many mistakes were made, including the White House knee-jerk reaction immediately, pulling this woman over on the side of the road and saying, you got to turn in your resignation. Now, how much, good Lord, here's a woman, as it turns out, doing the right thing.
Yeah.
How much time, energy was wasted because this was f***ing around?
Yeah.
I mean, what? I'm sorry. But now, in tone, do I have this right? I mean, I may not have the facts, but is that what's going on?
Yeah.
And how can that now go on?
It shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't. You can't count on people who are unscrupulous to stop doing unscrupulous things. I mean, if you're going to run a so-called media outlet that's really a political a political sort of hack job operation, they're going to do political hack jobs. The question is whether or not people who are supposedly not political hacks are going to respond to them as if those guys need to be responded to. And the White House shouldn't have done what they did. They apologized.
Right, but I mean,